Morning, y'all. It's Tuesday, April the 16th, and I thought I would give a little update of what all's been going on and what progress we've made. I'm going to start with this little crepe myrtle tree, and as you can see, there was a huge branch that broke off last year during the Mara ice storm. Well, it's put out some new growth right there in the middle, and we tied some of the limbs together with some t-shirt material to pull them in, and now it has really filled in all the way up the middle. It had a big gaping hole in it, and now it has a really nice shape on it. So she has recovered from the damage. I'm gonna walk on down here, and you'll excuse my weedy flower beds. I'm still in the process of spring weeding, and I haven't gotten to all of them yet. But this crepe myrtle tree also had some major limbs that busted off when the big tree fell. But she has started to straighten up some, and last year she was loaded with blooms. So she's going to recover nicely. This over here is one of my semi-success stories. Right here, there's some little blue bonnets. It's the first time I've tried planting them, and I did get a few to germinate and come up and actually bloom. So that was somewhat successful. I read an article about how to get them to germinate, and I tried it out. You put the seed in boiling water for 10 minutes, then you take it out and put it in ice water, and it causes the seed to crack and it will germinate. So it worked, and we're trying something new here, and looks like we may have one coming up by this stake. These are dahlias. I planted some dahlia tubers a few weeks back, and they are beginning to come up. I've never tried these before, but we'll see how they work. And this is the area where the tree stump was. So it's still going to be a work in progress, but the daylilies that I had to dig up from under the tree are really doing well. I dug these all up and potted them up over the summer last year after the ice storm, and some of them I donated to the Elgin Garden Club plant sale last spring, and then I planted one of each, and they have really grown nicely since they've been divided and put in a new area in the ground and fertilized. And as you can see, there is just a lot of bloomscapes on these. So I'm anticipating a really nice summer or late spring bloom on these. It's going to be a pretty year. I am slowly adding some perennials in this area. Right now they are in pots because I may want to change where I have them situated. I've added a red yucca in this pot and a red aralia in this one over here, and it's got some beautiful purple foliage on it. I think that's going to be a really pretty addition. I also have Over here in this little pot is the African bull bean, and I don't know if you can see it, but this little pot over here has Mexican bush sage. Now they may get planted in the ground in the fall if I decide they're in a good location. But we're gonna walk around. This is a new addition here. If I can center on it. There it is. This is a globe mallow, and it has a real pretty little orange bloom on it. This is supposed to be a Texas native, so we'll see how it does. It's going to add some color over here in this area. And we've got poppies are going to town this year. These were all planted last year, and last year was their first bloom cycle, and they have reseeded, and I have lots of different colors. These tall ones over here haven't bloomed yet. Those are purple poppies that I ordered from a lady in New York. I'm anxious to see them bloom. And we've got golden yellow and red and dark red and some pink. Over by the fence you can see. And there's just quite a variety of poppies back here. We're gonna walk around the edge here and let you see. These poppies have different foliage on them. This pretty little thing here has kind of fern looking foliage, and this one, this dark red, has a different type of foliage. So that's kind of interesting too. And like I said, I'm still weeding and trying to get things situated, cleaned up. There's a pretty poppy there. And this one over here, I don't remember seeing last year. So I don't know if the bees had something to do with that or what happened, but it's a little bit different bloom. It's really pretty. I'm gonna walk over here through my garden, and you can see I have some early daylilies that are blooming, and they look real pretty with the purple irises over here. And another little pot I've added that has penta and some sedum in it. There's all kinds of bloomscapes coming up on the daylilies. I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens with them. This corner is daylilies that I made crosses on in 2021, and over in the other corner is 2022. And between the two, I've got about 10 new bloomscapes that have come up. And these are blooms, these are daylilies that have never bloomed before. So they will be new to me this year. And I'm really excited to see what kind of little gifts the Lord has left for me this spring. I can't wait for them to unfurl and show all their glory. This here is a daylily is really going to town. This is Butterscotch Ruffles. This is not one that I did, but it's one that I have used for hybridizing in my program. And we'll walk over this way. I want to show you this little rose over here is Sombré. And I'll give you a little background on her. I planted her about 20 years ago, believe it or not. And she's been in this spot for 20 years. And she's never done much. Just kind of sat there. It's a climbing rose, and it's almost finished the first bloom cycle. But as you can see, she's has a really pretty bloom and a bit of a fragrance. And last year, during the ice storm, the trellis that was here was demolished when the tree came down, and it came down on top of this rose, and I thought she was a goner. You can see there's one cane coming up out of the ground, but it has put out 3 new canes, and she's climbing up this little rebar tripod I've put in. Eventually she'll have to have something a little bigger to bloom on, but for now she's doing pretty good. And I think frankly the tree roots probably almost strangled this poor little girl. And now that they're gone, she's very happy and showing her appreciation for getting rid of that monster. So this is a work in progress, but we have some success stories, and I think there will be more coming up this fall. And give you another shot of the poppies and the irises back here, and the daylilies, just adding lots of color back here on this corner. And I'll be showing you more updates as the year progresses to see what's blooming and what it looks like. But for now, this little rose over here on a tripod, this is Dortmund, and she's blooming. So I'm going to stop and go smell the roses. Bye, y'all.